So, what are you guys gonna play?
What guys?
You and Chris, your concert here on Friday night.
Oh, that. To tell you the truth, I'm not too sure. We tried to work on a couple of songs over the weekend, but...
That's a start.
2 songs? And we haven't even got those ones down. And now we have to learn a whole bunch more? By Friday? I could kill Chris. It's just so typical. Booking a gig before the band even exists.
Listen, I know this isn't any of my business, but Chris is supposed to be your boyfriend, right?
Yeah, supposedly. So what's your point?
Well, sometimes it just sounds like you don't even like him all that much.
I don't know. When I met him, I guess I thought he was kind of interesting. You know, the image and everything. I guess I still think so sometimes. But mainly, he's just starting to drive me crazy. Look, I don't want to talk about Chris. I've just got to figure out a way to get through this concert.
Come on, it'll be great. At least you'll be great. I mean, you're an awesome singer. You even look kind of like a rock star.
Oh, yeah?
For sure. I mean, the way you dress, the way you act.
That's me, all right. A walking rock video.
I wasn't making fun. I mean, I really like that kind of look.
Then why don't you try it yourself?
Me?
Why not? It might be kind of fun. You know, change your image a little. No offense, but your image could be a little more exciting. Right now, it's sort of halfway between cheerleader and wallflower. Don't worry, I'm just kidding. You should just dress however you want. Who cares what anyone else thinks? Look, I gotta go. I'll probably see you tomorrow at school.
Yeah, sure. I'll see you tomorrow.
You know, this is just incredibly romantic.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's not a lot of guys out there who take their girlfriend to a store to buy socks.
Well, that's just the kind of guy I am. Tell you what, on our next date, maybe we could check out the prices on boxer shorts.
Oh, gee, I just don't know if I can stand it. Dylan, hi.
If you guys were a movie, you'd be rated R.
Yeah, right.
Look, I don't want to interrupt a romantic encounter or anything, but...
So don't.
But I was wondering, have you heard about Arsman?
What about her?
Her grandmother died.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just making things up, Matt. You mean she hasn't told you?
I haven't talked to her since Friday.
Well, her grandmother died on Saturday. I figured she might have called you to let you know. It's not exactly the sort of thing you keep to yourself. So anyway, now you do know. So if Arsman seems kind of busted up when you see her tomorrow, that's why.
That's really awful. Out last week, she was talking about that birthday party they were planning.
Yeah, I know.
She's got to be really upset.
Wow, look at this. What are you doing here?
I'm getting my books. What does it look like?
But it's 10 after 8. Isn't that kind of early for a guy who usually makes his appearance halfway through first class?
Roxanne, you want to know something? I'm starting to get a little tired of hearing all the things you don't like about me.
Hey, don't get me wrong. That's one of the things I do like about you. You have your faults, But at least you're late for school 4 mornings out of 5. So, considering you're on time for a change, maybe we could leave a little early this afternoon and do some extra rehearsing.
Rehearsing. Right. Matter of fact, that can be a problem. My dad...
He let us rehearse at your place over the weekend.
Yeah, well, he changed his mind again this morning, so we can't use my basement anymore.
Did you tell him we're supposed to be playing a gig on Friday night?
Well, of course.
What'd he say?
He said that had nothing to do with him. So I kind of gave up.
Oh, come on!
Look, I just didn't want to get into another big fight with him, okay? I mean, we have enough of those already. So I'll have to find some other place to rehearse.
Like where? I live in an apartment, right? So we can't rehearse there. You suggesting we just find a back alley somewhere?
Look, just give me a little time, okay? I'll think of something.
You'd better. Or we're both gonna look like total fools on Friday night.
Oh, and I suppose that'd be all my fault?
Basically, yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, we're okay.
You don't quite look okay.
We, heard about your grandmother. Dylan told us last night.
Yeah. It's really sad.
And we know how much she meant to you.
Sure, but what can you do, huh? Life goes on.
I almost phoned you last night after we heard, but then I figured you guys wouldn't want to be bothered. I mean, the last thing you need right now is a bunch of phone calls.
No, it's okay. Really. It happened, and we're all coping with it.
Yeah, but the way it happened. I mean, with her birthday party coming up and everything.
Hey, it's like I said. Life goes on. It's kind of like this history paper I'm supposed to be writing. It's going on and on and on. In fact, I should probably go to the library and check out a few references. You know, before class. I'll see you guys later.
So what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, she seems to be handling it pretty well.
That doesn't make sense. I mean, her grandmother died. She can't be handling it that well.
Pepper, I've got to admit, I still don't think this is such a great idea.
Why not? It's not like I'm interfering or anything. I'm just gonna give Stacy a little piece of information.
That your brother thinks she's wonderful?
Well, exactly.
And don't you think Dave's the one who should be telling her that?
Obviously. But he hasn't told her, has he? At this rate, they'll both be old and gray before Dave works up the nerve to say anything. So, I'm just gonna kickstart things a little as soon as I see Stacy.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Stace. How's it going?
Oh, you know, same as always.
Not quite. Is, that a new outfit?
You mean this? Oh, yeah. What do you think?
Well, it's really...
Yeah, it's really interesting.
You think so?
Oh, sure.
Good. Basically, I just got tired of wearing the same old stuff. So I thought I might as well start wearing something that really suits me. See you around.
Yeah, you bet. I don't believe this. I mean, do you think she knows how she looks?
She must have a mirror at home.
She looks like a no-name brand version of Roxanne.
Well, maybe that's the whole point.
You've got to be kidding.
So how's Arsman taking it?
Well, as far as I can see, she seems to be fine.
That's just it. She's a little bit too fine. It's kind of weird. Like she's trying way too hard to cover up the way she's really feeling.
Kind of like Dylan.
What do you mean?
Have you talked to him lately?
Not a lot, I guess. He's okay, isn't he?
He keeps saying he's fine. But it just looks to me like he's really depressed. I mean, since he won't exactly talk about it, it's tough to know for sure.
Maybe I should go over and see him.
Or maybe I should.
You?
Why not?
Well, I can think of one reason. You and Dylan have never exactly gotten along.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, sure. And I've never felt totally great about that. I mean, you and Ashley like the guy, so maybe I've just been kind of unfair. Besides, if a guy's in trouble, you can't just ignore him.
Matt, if you want an honest opinion, I don't think it'd do much good.
So does that mean I shouldn't even try?
It's like someone took a saw and cut a piece right out of your life, isn't it?
Well, I don't know if I'd go quite that far.
I remember what it was like when my dad died. At first, I just didn't believe it. I mean, I knew it was true, but it just didn't seem real. For weeks, I'd come home from school and half expect to see him sitting in the living room.
Like he was just away on a business trip or something?
Exactly. And then after it did sink in, I went through this awful period of being furious at him. Almost hating him, you know. As if it was his fault he died and left us alone.
Wow.
It took me a long time to get over that. Even now. I mean, it's been 3 years. But sometimes it still really hurts. I can deal with it now. But there's still going to be a great big hole that's never going to get filled up.
Hey, anytime you need someone to talk to.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean, I finally learned to cope with it. You're the one I'm kind of worried about.
No, I'm just fine. Really.
Well, maybe you think you are.
Hey, I'm the one who should know how I'm feeling. Of course it's sad. It's really sad. But my grandma had a great life. She lived almost 80 years. She was in really good health right up until the end. Then she just died in her sleep. I couldn't ask for anything more than that.
What I'm trying to say, I've been there, Arsanen. I know what it's like when someone dies. You can't keep holding your feelings in. You've got to let them come out.
Look, I'd really like to stay and talk, but I've kind of got a lot of things to do. So I guess I'll see you later.
Yeah, what? What are you doing here?
Came over to see you.
What for?
I don't know, something different to do? This place is kind of neat. I've never been here before.
Yeah, well, that's because you've never been invited.
Right.
And you still haven't answered the question. What are you doing here?
Look, I'm really glad you told us about Arsman's grandmother. That was a really thoughtful thing to do.
It was the obvious thing to do, okay? What, was I supposed to keep the whole thing a secret or something? How's she doing?
Seems okay to me, but Ashley isn't so sure. Listen, I guess the reason I came over was kind of wondering how you were doing.
Why should you care?
Okay, fair enough. I guess the two of us haven't exactly been best buds, but...
No, I don't think I put it that way. I'd say we've never been able to stand each other. So why pretend any differently?
Look, I'm not here to dig up old grudges. I was honestly wondering how you were doing.
And hoping I was doing just awful so you could have yourself a real good chuckle?
Come on. Ever since you dropped out of school, you've kind of disappeared.
Yeah, I've been minding my own business. You should try that sometime.
Dylan, get off it. I'm only trying to help. Some people are starting to wonder
Just
about
get
you.
out.
That's great. That's the way to deal with it, big guy. You can be such a jerk sometimes.
Look, you can leave on your own, or you can leave head first. Take your pick, Walker.
Dylan.
Look, would you just get out of here?
Well, hi. I'm Jennifer, remember? We met at the mall.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Boy, you sure look different today.
You think so?
Yeah, I hardly recognized you. Where's your motorcycle?
What motorcycle?
If it's parked outside, maybe you could take me for a ride.
I don't have a motorcycle.
You're kidding! Then, how come you're dressed like you just fell off the back of one? Do you know how you look? Do you know how you really look? You look ridiculous.
Stacy! That was a really nice thing to say.
Well, you have to be honest. I mean, what are friends for?
A friend doesn't laugh in someone's face.
Well, that depends.
There's no excuse for something like that.
Oh, come on! Didn't you see the way she was dressed?
Well, of course I did.
And can you blame me for laughing?
That's not the point. Stacy's a really nice person, and you have no right to treat her that way.
Hang on. Don't tell me. Is she your sweetie or something?
No. I mean, not exactly. And besides, that has nothing to do with it.
Listen, if you wouldn't mind a piece of advice, you should try to develop a sense of humor about this sort of thing. Because if you're going out with someone like that, you're going to need one.
Hi, Arsman. Something wrong?
Dylan.
Matt went over to talk to him, just to see how he was doing.
Oh, great. Let me
Some
guess.
shouting, a couple of threats. Except I guess I could see where all that was coming from. He doesn't want to talk because I don't think he can deal with it.
Which means we've got to try not to be too hard on him. Even when he's acting like that.
On the other hand, maybe it's time to start being a whole lot harder. Okay, the guy's feeling really depressed.
It's more than that. It's almost like he's desperate or something.
And we're all trying to be caring and supportive, which isn't accomplishing anything.
What else are we supposed to do?
Well, think about it. Dylan can't stay locked in that garage for the rest of his life. And if he won't let anyone talk to him, then maybe someone had better try to light a fire under him instead.
Afternoon.
That's what it is, all right.
So, are you all set for English?
What do you mean?
Well, it's the first class after lunch, so are you all set?
Is something bothering you?
No, not at all. Why should there be?
Well, aren't you even going to mention it?
Mention what?
My new outfit.
Oh, right.
So what do you think?
Well, it's really... Well, it's new, isn't it?
Which means you don't like it.
No, I didn't say that.
Fine, because I like it and that's all that matters.
Well, really, all I meant was...
People like me and Roxanne do what we like. We just don't care what other people think. Roxanne, I've been looking for you all day.
Oh, I've been around. Just kind of busy, I guess.
Yeah, well, you're the one who said I might want to change my image a little. So, what do you think?
Are you kidding? Sorry, I really shouldn't be laughing, but... Stacy!
I know she looks kind of silly, but even so...
Look! I didn't exactly mean to laugh in her face. I just couldn't help it, okay?
I don't get it. Why would you want to do something like that?
Maybe she just wanted to try something different.
Dressing up like Roxanne.
Well, that's certainly different.
And at lunch, I had to stand there and watch Jennifer laugh in her face.
Yeah, that sounds like Jennifer all right.
She was acting like a total jerk.
I don't like to dump on someone I hardly even know, but I'm starting to think Jennifer is a total jerk.
Hey, have you seen Stacy? That's just what we were talking about. I saw her at lunch.
But have you seen her since then?
Don't tell me. Now she's dressed up like a giant chicken?
Pepper.
I saw her right after school. Roxanne laughed at her, too. It seemed like that was the last straw. If I had to take a guess, she probably needs someone to talk to.
I heard you and Matt had an interesting little talk.
Man, word sure gets around. Doesn't anybody mind their own business anymore?
Can I tell you something, Dylan? In all honesty,
Be my guest.
I'm starting to get really fed up.
Oh, yeah?
Fed up with you and the way you've been acting. Isn't it just about time you got off your butt and did something? Instead of hanging around here feeling all tragic?
Did anyone ask you for your opinion?
No, but I'm giving it anyway. So come on, Dylan, get it together.
Hey, so maybe you'd like to make some suggestions, huh? There's no point in going back to school. I'm way too far behind to make up the year. Maybe there's no point anyway. Maybe I'm just not smart enough.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's just self-pity. Fine. So you're not going back to school. Then get a job.
Oh, yeah. Jobs are just kind of growing on trees. Hey, I'll just stroll out and pluck one.
Of course jobs are hard to find, but not impossible.
Yeah? Well, face a few facts, Arsman. I'm a dropout. Who's gonna hire me?
Oh, I see. So, you can't go back to school, and you can't get a job.
Hey, now you're getting the picture.
In other words, you're just gonna give up?
What else am I supposed to do, huh?
You know something? It's a shame to see you turning into such a loser.
What?
Sure, you're in a lousy situation, but you've still got a choice. And you can start by deciding whether or not you've got any backbone.
Look, where do you get
Of
off?
course it's not going to be easy. Nobody said anything's easy. But I'll tell you one thing. Winners do whatever they can to turn things around. Losers just sit around feeling sorry for themselves. I just never thought you'd turn into someone like that.
Hi. You mind if I sit down? Listen.
Why should I bother? I already know what you're thinking.
No. I don't think you do.
So why aren't you off with your friends? Laughing behind my back just like everyone else in the school.
Look, I wasn't laughing behind your back. I wouldn't do something like that. And I sure wouldn't do it to you.
Well, even if you weren't actually laughing, you still thought I looked ridiculous. So why don't you just admit it?
Because I didn't think you looked ridiculous.
You thought that outfit suited me?
Well, I was a little surprised at first, but...
Why don't you just tell the truth?
Okay, I thought it was a little strange.
So it's like I said, you were laughing like everyone else, and now you don't have the guts to say so to my face?
Just hang on.
I don't have any use for people like that. And if that's the sort of person you are, then don't even bother talking to me. I don't even want to see your face.